long path, from beginner to intermediate. In this video, I'm going to show you most of my artworks from the past 2 years on different topics. I will also share my learning habits and practice process with you. In addition, some of my painting process are uploaded as shorts on my channel. If you are interested, please check them out later. Learn and practice. My learning habits. I copy and paste the important phrases that I find online or in books to make a logic chart. Then I arrange all the topics that are put into my logic chart. I make a schedule and try to practice each topic one by one and review my art weekly and monthly. At first, I just wanted to paint beautiful art with characters and environments, so I circled some of them that seemed important to me. You can choose your own topics. My practicing process. Choose a small topic, then do research and get some reference images. Try to copy or imitate it. Add some personal taste or stylism. If you're familiar with the topic you choose, you can skip this step. Here are some examples for you. If you didn't change anything, it was a copy. If you change color value composition or something like that, it would be an improvement. Both types of exercises are useful for learning different aspects of art, so don't worry too much. Environment. I learned perspective, color and light, and composition, those 3 basic skills from Korean Kushot in 2020. Because my skill level wasn't good enough to learn something difficult at that time, I decided to start with the simplest environment topic, in my opinion, landscape. I painted 1 copy per day. Sometimes I improved it, sometimes I didn't. Streets, forests, mountains. In different seasons, different weather, and different times of the day. Most of these artworks look very common. Only 1 or 2 stand out. Then I went back to learning composition. I paid a yearly subscription on schoolism.com and learned from Nexa focus class. At first, I just copied his step and skills, and I tried to paint all those things by myself. I won't focus on the same topic for too long. I change it every week or month. I also did some original design, but the results weren't good enough. Practice again and again, you can see that my studies look nicer. As time went by, I learned how to use contrast, composition, and color harmony. Of course, my designs became better as well. They still had some problems, but that was enough to express my inspiration. This young lady and the little wolf are the main characters in my original novel. They start their journey on a starry night. It's also a new start for me, since it's the last piece of environment. Let's go to the next part. Color and light. It may be the most difficult one among all the topics. It looks simple at first, but you will easily lose yourself in all the interfering factors: value, hue, and saturation. These 3 create infinite possibilities. Unfortunately, I lost most of my reference images and PSD files when my computer desk crashed last year, so these are the only studies that survived somehow. I have been focusing on improving my art and color skills last year by doing some master copies and create some original paintings. Some of my artworks had too many high saturation colors. The balance of color harmony was broken. I did some add or change color studies as well. These studies were full of fun. I quite like them. and some of them were experiments with traditional media, like watercolor. I began to do some simple still life paintings during that time as well. I used mixed brushes in this value study. I didn't paint anything very detailed. After that, I tried to use the same process in color. I got the results that I was very satisfied with. For this video, I want to use light purple as the main color. In order to suit this theme, I chose another version this time. This will be a nice painting to wrap up this part. Photobashing and speed painting. Photobashing is a method that allows me to try something I've never done before. I took recorded classes online, so I couldn't communicate to a teacher or get any advice. I must solve all the problems by myself. So speed painting is the best way to test my ability and get feedback. My speed painting process usually takes less than 3 hours. With little or no detail, focusing on the basic series of painting. I started to use photobashing with silhouettes. Then I made this image of giant cats trying to catch the fish in the moon. It was not perfect, but enough for me. My speed painting has some noticeable faults and some satisfactory aspects. Given the time constraints and the unfamiliarity of the subject matter, I can overlook some minor errors, but I have to address some major issues. The areas that require my attention are figure drawing and costume drawing. The one on the left is my best speed painting so far. I hope I will do another one that surpasses it soon. Portrait. One of the topics that I struggled with was portrait painting. Facial features are important. However, effective portraits also require well-balanced composition and accurate edges. Therefore, I followed Nexa's tutorial again, and he did an amazing job in different areas. My paintings were not as good as his, but I was fully satisfied with the results. So I became overconfident and painted some pieces on my own. They lacked originality and creativity. I realized that my facial features were not good enough, so I went back to the basics. We can learn facial features separately from each other, but it's important to combine all these parts together, controlling proportion, position, and size carefully. I learn from the photos and try to improve them. I study both value and color, then I try to stylize my portraits. A full color version might take me 3 to 5 hours. I would rather spend less than 3 hours on one piece, so I switch back to black and white. I tried different brushes and techniques, and even painted some sculptures. Line texture are not suitable for my portraits. Finally, I developed my style in black and white portraits, and I liked how they turned out. Figure and costume drawing. Gesture drawing simplifies the human's line of action. As a beginner, I started my learning journey with it. I faced challenges with the line drawing, but it was the most effective method to practice. Using line, shape, and silhouette, I complete this study quickly. I focused on the big shape and action line by copying it within a limited time. I reviewed all the poses and attempted to enhance them with a story and perspective. Subsequently, I proceeded to learn figure drawing. It was a complex topic that necessitated a long-term study even when I divided it into different parts. However, I had no choice but to do it. I also acquired knowledge about costume and fabric at the same time. All clothes conform to the shape of the body. I not only copied them but also simplified or improved on them. I searched for reference images, duplicated, and then tried to improve on them. I was unhappy with this rate of advancement. I desire a large one. Therefore, I sketch at least 10 pieces per day for a whole month. I combine line work with shape. Finally, I developed my style coincidentally, drawing a figure or costume in light and shadow. Analyze M. We must find our direction first, then analyze it. Turn long-term achievements into short-term goals. The unknown makes people afraid, but dreams give us courage. Find path. Find your own path. Identify all the fundamentals you need. Prioritize them. Practice one by one at least 10 times for each topic. Review, find problems, and improve your artworks. These are the process I showed you before. Tips. Don't worry about quality at first, just focus on quantity. Remember to save all your studies and our artwork. Move one small step at a time. Celebrate every improvement you make. Try something new every time to challenge yourself and discover new possibilities. Never give up. We are on this journey together. Thank you for watching this video. Have a nice day and see you next time.